Hey there, Dan Garner here from CreateFreedom.com, and in this video, I want to talk to you about what's holding you back. A lot of times when we take on new clients here at Create Freedom and mentor them to work on their businesses, in the initial stages, there's very simple and small tweaks that we can make and that we have made to start bringing people's revenue and profits up to the next level. And it's something that was right in front of them, but they just couldn't see because they didn't have a fundamental understanding of the 4 pillars of what it takes to have an online offer, or really any offer for that matter. So that's what I want to talk today to you about, is how we're going to maximize this flow and potentially unlock some current profit centers in your business that you're not maximizing right now. It all begins with the front end, moves to the core, finishes with the back end, and depends upon the flow. Now, none of these are more important than the other. Anybody who tells you otherwise is completely full of crap. They all have their own fundamental place within the pillars of creating an offer within your business. It begins with your front end offer. Now, your front end offer is essentially the offer that you throw at people in order to entice them, get them interested in you, provide them a ton of value, and overall just get them to start being involved with your company and entering this flow process. So a front end offer for one person might be a free workshop. A front end offer for a personal trainer might be a free session, or a bring your friend to group session day. You might do that once a month. Or in the online world, a front end offer might be a free PDF or even a paid for PDF. Now, the front end has to be something that's extremely interesting, but most importantly, it has to be a low risk offer, meaning the value that you provide in the front end must far exceed what price you're putting on it. Meaning, this is the reason why you see a lot of offers, say for example ebooks, have at least 3 free bonuses added right to them, or 3 free gifts. You might be buying one ebook, but then you're gonna get a free X, Y, and Z just for purchasing today. That's what building a lot of value into the front end offer looks like, because the front end is not how businesses make money. The front end is how you get people into your business, and then you can use the money and revenue generated from the front end in order to build more advertising and more marketing strategies and more paid traffic and more whatever you want. You use the money from this to start fueling these. So if you don't have a cheap front end offer and the only thing that you're offering is say $1,000 or even more, it's a very tricky road to walk down, because you want to have some sort of very low risk, high value producing anything in order to get people just in front of you, in order to get people initially in the funnel. So have a front end offer and make the value a no-brainer for anybody who comes your way. Next is your core product. So this is where a lot of fitness entrepreneurs, they kind of just start here. They only have personal training sessions, or they only have group training sessions, or they only have give me $1,000 and then I'll make your meal plan. They only have that. They don't have any front end to get them in the core product. Now, the core product, this is your bread and butter. This is what drives the business. This is what brings the business a lot of income. This is your personal training sessions. This is your group class sessions. This could be your high ticket one-on-one online coaching service. That's the core product. But we never start with the core product. You want to get people in on the front end and then offer the core product afterwards. So ensure you're not starting with this, and make sure we're getting more butts in seats, more people in front of us, so that we can eventually sell them on this. Got it? Once the core product is in place, and it probably already is if you're watching this video right now, this is the most underutilized aspect of fitness entrepreneurs everywhere, and that is maximizing and monetizing the back end. The back end is where a lot of additional funds are made, and essentially with the back end, what you're trying to do is solve any problems that your customer may have if they've already gone through the front end and the core product. So if the front end, for example, is say about a healthy cookbook, and then your core product is a nutritional meal plan design, well, then the back end offer could be, okay, now what problems would somebody run through if they have the cookbook and they have the meal plan design? Well, I got it. Now I can offer them a training program. I could offer them, say, a 1-month training program design as one back end offer. I could offer them a 21-day change your habits forever course that they go through. And then I can also get them into a continuity model by incorporating them into a paid for newsletter. So they are up to date on all of the newest training and nutrition methods each and every single month. So that's essentially keeping their education very high. So their back end included training, it included habit change, and it included lifelong education. But you made 3 more sales, and one of those sales is a monthly subscription, so it's guaranteed income each and every single month. And let me tell you something, the easiest time that you will ever have in your life to sell somebody is when they already have their wallet open. It's very, very, very well known. It's called second money. It's also known as an upsell. Anytime you can offer anything to somebody who's already in the buying mode, they're already sold, this is somebody who is ripe for the pickings in order to keep buying other things. That's why ClickFunnels, that's why funnels exist. Because once you get somebody here, it's so much easier to upsell them here and then upsell them on multiple things here. Okay? That's why the front end is so important, and that's why so many trainers are missing out on business, because they have no front end. But if they had a front end, they would be completely shocked at how many more core products and back end products that they could sell. So if you don't have a high converting front end offer, this is something that should be your number one goal right now. Get a high converting front end offer, have the copywriting very good, have your front end offer be something excellent, and then have 3 free bonuses to go with it and make it a complete no-brainer and make it for free or make it just incredibly affordable for your audience and the demographic that you're speaking to, and then include your core product and your back end product within that flow, and then make sure it does flow. That's pillar number 4. So now that we've got our front end, we've got our core, and we've got our back end, we need to make sure that these things flow. And in order to have flow, you need to know who you're talking to. 80% of marketing is just knowing who you're talking to. Or put another way, when you speak to everyone, you're speaking to no one. So you have to have some sort of a individualized customer avatar. Are you speaking to stay-at-home moms over 40 who are looking to get healthy, or are you speaking to young professional athletes who want to get into the NHL? These are different approaches, but when you say just fat loss, or just muscle gain, or just eat healthy, if I don't think that you're going to fit my needs, I'm not going to buy from you. So I want you to speak to me the way I need to be spoken to in order to purchase from you. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you're able to pull on my emotional strings in order to sell me. And the only way you're going to be able to pull on my emotional strings is if you're actually speaking to my needs and not everybody's needs. Everybody feels that they're unique. Everybody feels that they're a special snowflake. So you have to treat them like a special snowflake. And you do that throughout the entire flow. I'm speaking to a single demographic in my front end, and then my core product is to a single demographic. My back end is to a single demographic. So your copywriting flow and the way in which you deliver your message on video or in writing all has to be to that specific customer avatar that you are marketing to. It's probably one of the biggest mistakes that fitness entrepreneurs make is they become the fat loss person. Well, you're in a sea of about 1 billion other fat loss coaches on this planet. So the best way in which you can look like everybody else is to call yourself what everybody else calls themselves. And you can't do that. You have to be a specialist for a specific demographic and have an exact idolized customer avatar if standing out from everybody else is something that you want to do. So your front end offer has to speak that way. And then when it comes to your flow, another huge aspect of your flow is simply removing resistance. A lot of people don't know that you don't always have to have a better product if your product has less resistance to it. One of the best examples that I can think of is when you used to have to go inside the gas station to pay for gas and then come back out. I don't know where you're from, but I'm from Canada, and nobody likes getting out of their car in the dead of the winter to go inside, pay, come back out, freeze your butt off, and fill up your gas. The best thing ever was when you could do pay at the pump and then put the gas thing right in there and lock it so that you don't have to hold on to the handle the entire time. You just put that little metal flap down, it's gonna fill itself, and since your credit card is pay at the pump, no resistance. So even if all the gas stations in town were the exact same price, me as the customer, the one with the least resistance is the one where I can pay at the pump, because I'm gonna go there, get the exact same product, and go through a lot less hassle. That's what you have to do. You have to consider that in this flow. So if there should be one-click upsell to core product, there should be a one-click upsell to the back-end offer. Because if it's shoot me an email over here and I'll get back to you within 3 to 5 business days, take a hike. You're never gonna make that sale. Or if it's fill out this application, or even if it's follow this other link. You'd be amazed at how hard it is to get people to do anything. So it has to be quick. It has to have the least resistance possible. There need to be one-click upsells when you're going over this kind of a thing. So the flow needs to take place in the form of the least amount of resistance and to one person, and they need to make sense, meaning they build upon each other. Remember, this was a healthy cookbook. Makes sense. But then here, I'm getting the meal planning advice that I need in order to move myself forward and become a healthier version of myself. That sounds great. But then on the back end, now I'm learning habit change, I'm getting a training program, and I'm getting that subscription continuity model where I'm always going to be in the know about new things coming out about training and nutrition so that I'm not confused by the marketplace and I understand the science. That's a flow that actually makes sense. But if I have a healthy cookbook here, and then I'm selling pool conditioning workouts here, and then in the back end, I have one core program and then another hockey performance program, there's no flow. It simply doesn't make any sense. So what I want you to think about today and to truly brainstorm about is what can you provide as a front end? What is the number one thing that your demographic, your specific customer avatar needs to know? You probably already know it. So then make an amazing free report or amazing very small product to be that front end offer, and then include 3 bonuses that they also need to know in there. And then have the flow to your core, have the flow to the back end, have about 3 things on the back end, and then make sure that the entire thing flows with the least resistance. Got it? Good. If you've listened to this video properly, you're gonna know what's holding you back, and you're gonna be able to brainstorm what your next moves are. Thanks for watching.